It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we've got a showdown in the AFC South. It's the Colts and the Texans, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here come the Colts to take over for the first time, and leading the way is a number 4 pick in the draft out of Florida. Here's Anthony Richardson.
I think the hope was to let him sit and learn for a bit, but he was thrown right into the fire in Week 1. Now we'll see what kind of lessons he's learned as he prepares for his second start in the NFL.
Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. The numbers for him from a week ago: 19 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers. He certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
Meanwhile, Richardson's throw pulled in by Woods. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, Richardson. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jonathan Taylor there. And now it's third down. In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. You look at the defense for these Texans. And he's going to go down. The Texans come and able to bring him to the ground. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the 2nd overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
And this would be his 2nd NFL start. Last week was about what you'd expect to see from a rookie quarterback. Had some good moments, but not enough to lead his guys to victory. Now we'll have to see how he handles adversity, because on the college level, he didn't lose a whole lot of games.
On first down, here's Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Stroud. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. 2nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And Taylor going to pick up the Colts first down as he'll get this up across the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, Taylor now. Runs over it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. You look at the defense for these Texans. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that #1 spot.
The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Richardson off the play fake. Going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Will Anderson in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. On the return is Cohen. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Stroud out of the gun here. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Oh, man, coming off a great rookie year, it's Dameon Pierce. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Stroud now on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Knight. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. And that will be incomplete. And this passing game, this whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They go play action with Richardson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. A beautiful fake. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Now 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast and in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
On 2nd down, it's Stroud. He finds his target, it's Schultz. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 42. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. That is incomplete. The Texans had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out that way.
Into a double team and it's intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackman. And the Colts are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's when you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. The interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Denzel Perryman there to bring him down. 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. And that is incomplete here.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only get to the well so many times in a game that the defense starting to anticipate the call.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Now Richardson, he's going to keep it running right. 6 yards there on the keeper at 2nd down. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 1 now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try action left. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
2nd down and 8. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Richardson on 3rd and short. Being chased out, feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Sheldon Rankins. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. The Colts send out their new kicker for 2023, Matt Gay, for the field goal. Gay's kick is good, and they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2000...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Texans. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Colts taking the field again, running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? 2nd down, another run with Taylor. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans will take over. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Stroud off the play fake. They'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's Knight on the handoff. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The 2nd down throw now from Stroud. That's to the veteran. It's Robert Woods. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Stroud. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And they'll get this down to 10. Sets it up nicely. First and goal as a pickup of 14. So, Charles, this game number 2 in the NFL career of this rookie quarterback. His guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things, and they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now Stroud. Swings this out here for Cohen. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation. 3rd and goal, Stroud. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, and those two are tied up as they play the 2nd quarter. From there, let's head over to Highmark Stadium to check out what's happening with the Bills. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Leonard Fournette with 2 touchdown runs. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. As you can see the score there in the 2nd quarter. Odell Beckham, a touchdown reception. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
Stroud looking to throw. Looking for Woods again, and he finds it. With a quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
Decent sign Woods to be the steady veteran presence of a young offense and receiver room. One of the most respected receivers in the league. 10 seasons, never fewer than 500 yards, even in a down year.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Here's Stroud. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. McKenzie now to return it. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 20-yard line.
They run once more with Taylor. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big mighty guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. It turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their own 37. Stroud to throw it. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
2nd and 10, here's Stroud. This ball caught by Mechie. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And Stroud now to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller, because you know they worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Yeah, just he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 18-yard line. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it first and 10. Now here's Stroud. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
They'll start out here with the option left. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
First down, Indianapolis.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Second down, another run with Taylor. And a short gain down to about the 33. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, here's Richardson. Yeah, pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down.
That's a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you took off too quick to try and get him down, he might have lopped it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. Oh, some strong running. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Houston's offense taking over again. And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
Number 6 brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
Play action. Here's Stroud. He finds his man, complete. That's Beck. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Stroud on 3rd down now. And that one to the right side and incomplete. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Richardson, he's going to keep it running right. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And they are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Richardson. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. And the other day they told us we've got 3rd and 5 or less. We have to be able to convert. Well, I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. First and 10, it's Stroud.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Second and 10. Stroud out of the gun here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. 22 yards there, a first down.
These guys, so they're not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here's 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And it is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Now from Colts territory, here's a first and 10 at the 39-yard line. First and 10, it's Pierce. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Stroud. The quick throw, but incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. Back to the ground with Pierce. Down at the 25.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? Just float from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
It's 2nd and 8.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts' 18-yard line. 53 yards on the ground for him so far. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. How about about this offensive line. They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 12-yard line.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
Well, you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan? Introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They said hello to big way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And you can bump the lead up to 9. It's 15-6. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. 1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And they're going to speed things up here. Now Richardson back to throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Dance into it. Richardson hit it. He fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drop.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Following the fumble recovery, Stroud to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Going for it with Pierce. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
So Richardson and the Colts now
Down by 12. A minute 54 on the clock. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Richardson.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Now Richardson.
His throw incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Now Richardson.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Richardson to throw.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. There he goes right side. And that might just submit it. A return for a late touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was
was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Texans, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.